Hey, what's up everybody? Sneeze and stuff. Happy New Year to everybody. I do believe today is the 7th, January 7th. Yeah, Happy New Year to everybody. Happy late New Year. Merry late Christmas to everybody. Just doing a little video today. Talking about this new toy that I picked up. I got this thing right here. It's called the AGA, or the AGA-S, the AGA-S, the AGA-S, the AGA-Satyr, the AGA-Satyr, or just the Satyr. I do believe the S on this stands for Satyr. That's what I've come across. That's what I've discovered. I picked this thing up. It was about 20 bucks. I got it from I do believe it's myvaporstore.com. This is my first jump into a Genesis style atomizer. I heard some pretty nice things about this. The price was good. Stainless steel, which is quite nice. It's a pretty good little thing, man. It's a pretty good little unit. It took me a little bit to kind of figure out how this thing works. There are a few quirks about it that I don't like, and frankly I still prefer my VV Nova tank above it, but this is something a little different. Can't say it's better, it's just different. Apparently, from what I understand, I don't know, I may be wrong, but this is different. Originally I think there was another AGA-S that had a threaded top to where you screwed it on. I don't know, this is just what I hear. This is just information I collect on, you know, other videos I watch and things like that. But yeah, so the top just kind of pops off there, and yep, there you go. You got your positive post. You got your ground or your negative. I think this right here, this other post, somebody correct me if you know better, because I don't know much about these Genesis atomizers. I'm still pretty new to them. I understand the basics of them, and I understand, you know, essentially how they work, but I'm assuming that is also a negative or another ground. That's what I'm assuming. But yeah, this is actually my first jump into stainless steel wicks. I bought some stainless steel mesh. I do believe it's 500. This is the first mesh I've bought. From what I understand, lower count meshes are better for thicker liquids, I think it is, and then of course your higher counts are better for your thinner liquids, like your you know, your PG based stuff. At least that's what I hear. But I think 500 is a pretty high count from what I understand. But it was actually pretty damn easy to make these stainless steel wicks. You know, I just rolled it up, and you know, I didn't have a little cook's torch, but I had a big bottle of MAP gas in the garage, and I just fucking sprayed that there, heated it up with the MAP gas, and quenched it, and you know, put a little juice on it and burned that off, and sort of got it oxidized real good, and it worked pretty good. And I tested it for conductivity after I was done burning it, and it's no longer conductive, which is pretty good. Although this particular 500 grade, with the juices I've been using, it hasn't been wicking very well. This little unit right here, this right here is actually a tank for the liquid, and I don't use it mainly because it's a pain in the ass to fill, for one. I don't have any needle bottles. I would imagine if I did have needle bottles, or if I had a syringe of some sort, it would be a whole lot easier to work with, but I don't. So I mainly just been dripping on it. You know, just been dripping on it, and it works really damn good for that. I'm using 34 gauge Canthal on here. This is hovering around maybe 2.8 to 3 ohms, and I'm running it, of course, at about 4 3/4 volts, up to 5. It really depends. I mean, some of my USB ports push 4.8 volts. Some of them push about 4.75. I've seen it go even as low as 4.6, but never really seen it touch 5 volts, even though it's rated at a 5 volt device. I don't know, maybe it's my meter that's reading it wrong. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, with some trial and error, this thing works pretty good. And stainless steel or mesh wicks, I can definitely understand why people like these more than silica. It just fucking it tastes really good. It tastes a whole lot better than you know, a silica wick. I never really realized, you know, that you do get kind of the taste of that silica wick. I never really realized it until I had this. I mean, stainless steel wick is just so damn clean. But yeah, I really like this thing. It's not bad. It took a little fiddling with, I'm gonna be honest with you. My VV Nova, as far as throwing this thing together and building coils and stuff, this thing is a fucking breeze. I've pretty much got it down to a science now. I don't even have to fiddle with it. I could just make a coil, throw it in, and I don't even have to read it no more. I mean, you know, which is good. So I'm going to go ahead and vape this thing a little bit. Like I said, it's running at about 2.8 to 3 ohms, somewhere around there, at about 4 3/4 volts. I'm going to be using, this is a Virginia blend. It's a 24 milligram. It's very high. It's real high for me, but it's good. I actually picked this up. I found a store locally around here that actually, it's called, I don't even know if I should give them the name, or you know what, I'm gonna do it, fuck it. The store is called Vapor Boutique. You can probably Google it. I don't think they have a website. It's just a small store, but the guys there, they make their own liquid and stuff. It's pretty good. I went in one day. I found it online. I was just curious, and they had a buy 2 get 1 free on their little 15 ml bottles right here. So that was pretty good. And I think I paid like I don't know, maybe it was about 25 bucks, but I got about 45 milliliters for 25 bucks. So of you know, homemade, you know, good juice. So that's good. I mean, it's not as cheap as the Chinese shit, but you know, it's good. At least I'm you know, helping put, you know, dinner on somebody's plate who actually lives in this country. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple drops on this thing. Like I said, I just drip it. It's got a little tank, but it's a pain in the ass to work with. I don't even bother with it. So just put a couple up here and put it on. Now, one thing about this is it does not like to be tight. I just screw it down until I feel it snug, and I got a little something on there. Alright, yeah, I just screw it down until I can just feel a little snug, and that's it. It does not like to be tight. And it does have to sort of warm up a little bit, I've noticed. But it seems to be burning alright. And this little guy here, little air hole, apparently you're supposed to keep that above or right next to the coil. So that's just what I've been doing. I've actually been thinking about getting a Sharpie and just making a little mark right on the side where the coil's at, so that way I just, you know, I can have it on and just sort of rotate it and know where it's at. So let me get the fan out of here so it isn't blowing this everywhere. So let's have a go. Real good. Stainless steel makes all the difference, man. Like I said, I really see why folks are making stainless steel wicks. It's just, it's like night and day almost. But yeah, the AGA-S, the AGA-Sater. I definitely would recommend picking this thing up if you're into rebuildables, or if you're into making coils or any of that stuff. I say it's definitely worth it. It's a really nice, well built thing too. It's just built very nice. I've heard stories of folks saying that with these AGA-S's, I don't know about this particular version of it, but I think the previous version where I heard that it was threaded on, the air hole never lined up. When you got it brand new, it had oil on it from, you know, the factory, you know, machine oil. I've heard all sorts of stories like that. When I pulled this thing out of the box, it was completely dry. It wasn't slick. It didn't have any sort of, you know, oil or grease on it or anything. I just pulled it out of the package and you know, threw it together, and it just works. Now, of course, it did take me about a day to really get used to this and how it works. Coming from a VV Nova, or coming from a any sort of atomizer, or I guess cartomizer, or anything where the air flow is coming from the bottom, there's definitely a little getting used to when it comes to this, because it's a completely different type of design and I guess theory behind how this thing works than, you know, your classic, you know, things. One thing I've noticed with this is that I watched a video. It's this guy, I forget his name, some guy up here on YouTube does videos on you know, vaping stuff. He mentioned that you know, habits you should probably use when using a Genesis style atomizer. You know, he said to give it a prime, you know, like a prime puff, he said, you know, to sort of get the coils warm, and that's true. It does require a little bit of a prime, I guess. I sort of got to pulse it a little bit to sort of get the coils to heat up real good. That's something I do. I just pulse it a little bit, because on my particular pass through here, it's got like a 5-second shut off, I think it is. If you hold this for 5 seconds, it'll flash green to sort of, you know, don't want to overheat the device or whatever. But shit, man, it's good. I mean, it takes a little bit to figure it out, but it's good. I like it. I'm definitely not going to replace my VV Nova though. Definitely not. I might actually try to put a stainless steel wick inside of a VV Nova now that I have some mesh. Might try that out, see how that works. But it's definitely good. I definitely recommend it if you're looking to get a rebuildable. Now, another thing is the possibilities for building coils and things like that. I think with a Genesis style like this, you're probably going to have more and better possibilities in a VV Nova. And it's a whole lot easier to manage this thing and to sort of fiddle with it and to kind of adjust things, you know, on the fly, as opposed to a VV Nova, to where, you know, if let's say you build a coil, you put it all in there, you put it together, and something goes bad, or, you know, oops, I did something wrong. You basically got to tear the whole thing apart. You got to drain your liquid out. You got to take the tank apart. You got to pull the the element out. You got to tear that apart. You know, it's a mess. It's a pain in the ass. But with this damn thing, it's all right here. You know, it's all right out in the open. I mean, I've had a couple times where I built a coil, resistance was too high, and it wasn't getting hot enough. So I just, undid the positive post here, undid a coil, sort of unwound one wrap, put it back around the post, tightened it up, trimmed it up, and it's just simple. It's really neat. But yeah, like I said, I definitely recommend it. AGA-S, good stuff. Give it a shot if you're interested. So, but anyway, guys, that's probably about it for now. Not much been going on. I've been started school again. I'm back in school. Just been working. That's about it. Just work, school. That's about it. Work and school. That's it. Snooze. I've been using General Wintergreen. The only snooze I've been using, General Wintergreen. That's it. I like it. I don't care to try anything else. General Wintergreen. That's it. That's fucking it. General Wintergreen. Yeah, because my local store, they haven't had no Blue Ocean, so I just bought a bunch of General Wintergreen. So yeah, that's about it, guys. So until next time, y'all just keep doing your thing.